It's time for a little love in the morning when we tackle your tough relationship questions with the help of a certified expert.
Yeah, and this one's a doozy. We're joined now by our marriage and relationship coach, Jennifer Blancool. We got some questions for you today. This first one, Jen, is from an anonymous person, and it is a doozy, or at least it would be for me in my relationship. All right,
so this guy wrote in. He says, my girlfriend wants me to move in with her, but I'm struggling. She has a dog that I don't totally love. He drools and sheds a lot. I didn't grow up with dogs, and I don't like feeling like I'm living in a dirty house. I keep saying I'm not ready. I haven't told her this is the real reason. What do I do?
This is a doozy.
Oh, Jen, I'm so glad I get to go over to you.
Here?
What do you do here?
Thank you. Thanks for sending this in. And how lucky are you that your girlfriend wants you to move in?
Yeah.
So let's just start there. You know, that's worth celebration. I feel like there's something else going on here, though. I'm stuck on you haven't told her the real reason.
Yeah.
Because people humanly struggle, rightfully so, with reasons that are personal. You not liking somebody's dog is not the most personal reason that you can bring up to have trouble moving in with somebody.
Okay.
Saying, I'm not ready to move in with you because I'm not ready to be committed to you in this way is the deeper question.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is you, but the way your question is stated, my heart goes to wondering if you are really wanting to move in with your girlfriend, because a man that wants to move in with his girlfriend who's really ready to be with a woman will figure out the dog situation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You'll figure it out. I know that there's unique situations where I won't be right, but I'm going to say that if you're really, truly committed to somebody and you want to take it to the next level and you're ready other than the dog, figure out the dog. And I mean this with so much love. But I also want to lovingly challenge you to dig a little deeper into your heart, because it doesn't sound like it's the dog.
Okay.
Because if it was the dog, you would have brought it up to her. Like, I don't understand that with so much love and respect. I don't understand why you wouldn't tell her that it's the dog.
So maybe, I'm just guessing, like maybe they've been able to like mostly hang out at his place, or, you know, like maybe they've been able to skirt the issue so far, and maybe it's not just the dog. Maybe there's a fundamental, like, different levels of cleanliness, right? That's one of the biggest hurdles that we kind of have to overcome when we live with someone else.
Yeah.
What if it is just the dog, or just kind of that, like, I don't know that we're compatible living together, and you've just been putting off a really hard conversation. How do you go about that?
Yeah, great question. So I think sticking to the fact that it's the dog. You want to, if it's really just the dog and it's not about your questioning commitment to her, then tell her it's the dog. Pour your heart out. I love you. I want to be with you. I want to move in with you. I want to wake up next to you every morning.
Yeah.
But your dog, I would love to assume that somebody can understand that. If you really love the man, if the dog owner woman really loves you, then I would expect her, I'm getting these little reactions over. I would expect her to also want to meet you halfway.
Yeah.
You both need to meet halfway, but I don't know. I'm stuck on you haven't told her that it's the dog.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm stuck on you're holding back because of the dog moving to this next level.
I'm being so serious when I say that I don't think I can imagine loving a man more than I love my dog.
I was sitting here laughing because I'm like, I know this is the camp that Emma Jerome's going to fall in. I feel like, okay, I'm really lucky. I feel like I went through, not a similar situation, because my partner loves my dog, and that was not, there wasn't hesitancy to move in on any of these levels. But like, you do have to learn how to kind of like divide and conquer.
Yeah.
And there were definitely some things that I had become a little like nose blind to, and like more fur than my shedding and fur tolerance was much higher than his.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I'll put up with a lot more for my dog, but
that's different when it's not like your animal that you've had for years and years and years, and you love them.
Like, to Jen's point, that's not a deep concern. Just be like, hey, like if we move in together, can we like have a more regular cleaning schedule with the dog fluff? Like, that's not a reason not to move in with someone.
Sure.
100%.
And if she's the one asking for
concern.
it, then like it's reasonable to say, okay, you got to make some concessions here for me to feel comfortable moving in, and you got to pick up after your dog a little more.
Right. A respectable partner will understand that.
Okay.
They'll understand that you might not be aligned with how dirty their house is with their dog.
So this might be a better, like a good litmus test of if this is really gonna work.
Yeah, but I would love to say, if it's really about the dog and you really are serious about this woman of yours, then tell her. Be open and honest and tell her, because I bet you your resistance to moving in probably has her thinking all these other thoughts that have nothing to do with her dog.
Yeah.
And she might be questioning your love for her or
Yeah.
your level of commitment. So your truth is so valid and awesome and so much better than some crazy narrative that she might be thinking about because you're not telling her it's the dog.
Sure. Okay, so if it really is the dog, there you go. If it's not really the dog, sit down, do some thinking, and write us in a revised version of your
It
question.
seems like a lot of this could be settled with a conversation, like an honest conversation.
Yeah.
But while you're at it, send us a picture of the dog. I'll decide.
There you go.
cute.
Okay. Or just, get into couples counseling and have someone weigh
Yes,
in.
call on me.
Which
I will help.
leads us to our next question from Cheryl.
All right, this next question says, I want to try couples counseling, but my husband won't agree to it. He won't even hear me out. How can I make him come around on this?
Ooh. All right, help Cheryl out here.
Cheryl, that's a great question. You're not alone, and I commend you for wanting to get help. And it's extremely common that people aren't aligned in their interest in getting help. It's probably more common than most that one person wants to get help and the other one's like, I'm not crazy about that idea. You can't force anybody to get help. So let go of the need to try to force him. That can very easily backfire. Come in with empathy and leave the door open to his perspective on counseling or coaching. Come in with your higher loving intention, all the specific good stuff that you want from seeking out professional help. And do it, this is the key, do it without blame or pressure. A lot of people are susceptible to hearing blame even when the other person isn't intending it.
Yeah.
And boy, is that heightened when the conversation of getting a counselor or a coach comes up.
I mean, a good question is, what is a misconception about marriage counseling that keeps someone away or that is a barrier?
Great question. That there's something wrong with the marriage.
Right.
That there's going to be
But you're
something
asking
uncovered.
because I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, that something's going to get uncovered that might deepen the problem. Or this is a common fear that somebody's going to, they're going to find a professional and the professional is going to side with one and not both and not be a neutral party.
And when in reality, bringing someone in to be that referee is supposed to benefit both.
100%,
Yeah.
and it should. And you know, a lot of that fear can come from past experience.
Sure.
It can come from natural human ego.
Yeah.
So you know, leave your heart open to their perspective and why they're resisting it.
Real quick, we got to wrap it
Yeah.
up. But have you heard from couples before who were hesitant? Hey, I'm glad I came and talked to you after all. This is better than I thought.
100%.
See?
And that's why I offer that consult, because then you
Yeah.
can really feel me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of know
Yeah.
what it's like. All right, there
Thanks
you go.
for asking that.
Jen, thank you for being here.
Thanks for
we always
having me,
appreciate
Emily
your
and Emma.
advice. If you
Awesome
got
to
some
be here.
questions, of course, you can send them to us on Facebook or Instagram at AM Extra, and you could get an answer here on the show.